We're answering the question, what happens when Hope goes live and to BFFs? And the answer today is it's a brand revival. But I have my very best friend since second grade, that's how we say it, Sheri Collins, the curvy stylist. She's a brand stylist. She is a personal branding expert of Daymond John, yes, from Shark Tank. And she gets to work with him and all the probably coolest people on the planet, like the FUBU crew. I mean, how does that even work to go to work with all of them? I picture them rapping and stuff like that. And we'll get to talk a little bit about that and here behind the scenes. But I want to take this moment to welcome my BFF, Sheri. Welcome, Sheri.
It's so good to be here. You know, we talk about doing stuff like this all the time. We used to have the Kim Betty show on Saturdays, and we were inspiring people week after week, you know? So it was fantastic. Right then, I was just going to New York, right? Now I live in New York. So the sun is shining here and just feeling blessed, even during this time of uncertainty and challenge. We have hope.
I want to give a shout out to our sponsor, Yes Sisters, Angelia, our founder of Hope Magazine, her book, because Sheri is my Yes Sister. The book, Yes Sisters, Surrounding Yourself with Women Who Affirm, Encourage, and Challenge You. It's a beautiful, not only book, but it's something that you do. So it's something that you read and it's something that you do. And Sheri is my Yes Sister. So we do fuss sometimes, but she's always got my back. So the question is...
Wait, and you always have some life coach crash for me. You understand?
Say it again, what's it called?
Life coach crap. That is what she calls it. But it even, so don't think it's just you all, y'all. She challenging me on self-care, on setting goals, accountability, and every doggone thing else. We call it life coach crap, but it's not crap.
I don't call it that. That's what she calls it, and I accept it. Last week, we premiered Hope Goes Live with April Hernandez. She's an actress and a domestic violence advocate. But April and I, Sheri, talked about the impact personally, you know, the fear and the uncertainty and the grief. And today we want to talk about the impact professionally. How is this impacting you and yours? And just let's go from personally and segue into professionally, if you would, please.
Well, it's, I'm the oldest in the family and I'm the boss. And so I feel like I'm checking on everybody and I'm trying to keep everybody calm and coordinate things, checking on my mama every day throughout the day, making sure, she's a woman that's about town. So for her to stay home is challenging. Sometimes it's difficult for us, when we have older people, we have siblings and stuff, because everybody's going about their life. Everybody was calling me and saying, "Oh my God, how you doing?" Because I'm in New York in the epicenter. Excuse me, everybody is in the epicenter. Okay, everybody needs to take this seriously.
So professionally, how is it? You're working from home? What's going on with that?
Yeah, we're working from home, and I wanted to save this for the professional part, but it really is family part. Daymond was very intentional saying he wanted a small company because he wants it under 50 because it's a family business as far as he's concerned. And, I'm in New York and I don't have family here. My BFF is not here, but I do have my Shark Group family and they have not forgotten about me. They go to BJ's for me. My Justin Kyle, hopefully he's on here, Champ checking on me, who is my boss. Daymond checks on us, giving us advice from his highly qualified doctors, and things like that. And so I feel very covered and very blessed to have them. Now, on the professional side, you have to understand, I work in the speaking division. So my very job is large events, which have canceled. I was sending Daymond to Portugal. I had a great year planned. He had a book coming out. He had a book that came out. He was looking for getting on the New York Times bestseller list. It just messed up everything. And I know we're not alone. It's just challenging. The thing for us though is we are a company of entrepreneurs. So it was recent that we figured out our core values. And, you know, everybody's like, yeah, 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 core values sometimes. Then we had a fun game night and we embodied and lived the core values in a unique way. And I was part of the team that put that together. And now more than ever, everybody's like, yeah, we do have diversity and teamwork, and we are a group of entrepreneurs and we figure it out. So I work with a bunch of gangster entrepreneurs who are making decisions, reinventing things, changing things, hanging on, keeping us paid in just amazing ways that we have to have hope. That's what an entrepreneur does. An entrepreneur has hope and faith, honey. You know, we get it, we figure it out when we face adversity.
That Sheri is a personal branding expert. And in a moment, she's going to share from her article that she wrote that is on Daymond John's blog. And we're going to talk about personal branding. And this is a revival. So I'm starting to feel the spirit. I don't want to feel it so much that I'm getting up and I have to go do the holy dance, but I'm feeling this revival, y'all. So let's take a look. I believe that Nick gave us a comment. Good job, Nick. He says that he's in the HVAC business. So they're shifting their business structure to maintain customer base. So there's a little bit of a shift in that, Sheri. And then, so they're thinking about even setting up temporary healthcare facilities. And then he's also working from home, which has put a lot of things in perspective.
You know, what you'll see out there a lot is a lot of companies are letting people know that we care, right? It's not that we want your money, just your money. We care about you. And I feel like this is an amazing opportunity for people to humanize their brand. It should be about that, right? And so if I understand correctly, like Nick's question was he's in HVAC. I think that's home heating and cooling, air conditioning and stuff like that. So think about what the challenges are if somebody has problems with those issues. They have to make a decision. Do I let this man in my house? Do I, and the repair dude is like, do I want to go to this person's house? So is there stuff like my guy that came to my apartment? What did he do? He gave me some tips. So now you can show that you care by, shifting the brand a little bit. Not that we repair everything, but here's some tips how you can help and maintain your system and this and that and the other. Maybe you can give, have people call and say, listen, talk me through the issue. Do you really need someone to come to your house, or is this something you can handle? So that's what I see. I also see people understanding, when I worked for Marriott, I always had, I was trained on what they call NBFing. It's needs, benefits, features, right? So, your client has a need, you have a feature of your product that meets that need, but there is the loyalty column is in the benefit, right? And the benefit is that intangible thing that people get when they interact with your business. Okay, so if you never paid attention to that before, now is the time, right? So are you the friendly HVAC company where the guys are really great and, they care for, think about it, Stanley Steamer and stuff says stuff like, our people are washing the machines. We are really good at steaming and debacterial, decontaminating your properties. Our people are washing down we never saw all of that from Stanley Steamer. Now they're showing you how they put things over their feet, they wear their masks, they have, protective gear on, and then they showed you outside where they're spraying down their machines and making sure they're getting rid of any contamination. So now's the time to look at that benefit category, that point where how are you doing extraordinary things for your customer and how does that make them feel? It makes them feel safe.
And what I've been sharing with my client, Sheri, is it is business as unusual. And if you think that you can go through all of this and do the same thing you've been doing, you got another thing coming. And then also at the same time, what you can be doing is looking for those nuggets of things that you are transforming and doing differently. Now, some of them you're only going to do it during COVID-19, and then other things it's going to evolve and you'll be doing them forevermore, so you won't go back. Ain't nobody got time for you being, even burned out. I can't stand my job. I'm sick of this meeting. Like, it's going to be time to get back to action so that you can give your customers, your patients, your clients the confidence to stimulate the economy with your product and service.
Amen.
I told the leaders, ain't nobody got time for you and your leadership issues. It's going to be time to be an optimal leader that is inspiring your team and serving your team.
Yep.
If you are a business owner, you need to shift what you're doing now in order to survive. What's the idea of why do we need to revive our brand? Why do we need a revival? Like in church where you revive your spirit.
First of all, that came from when I was sitting in church one New Year's Eve a couple of years ago, and I was at, A.R. Bernard. A.R. Bernard used to come to Christian Tabernacle in Southfield. He was friends with our pastor there, and he is a very business-minded minister. Amazing. And so here he is talking about, New Year's Eve and, people setting goals and resolutions and all that kind of good stuff. But he said, you need to do a brand revival. And the way he defined it was redefining yourself in the relevant terms of today. Is that not more relevant today than ever before? So you could have been this before, just like I was trying to tell Nick and I was telling other people about what your brand is known for back then. What will you be known for now? And how can you shift that? So it really requires people to take a look at the environment around us. What do people need? It's not just about making money. What do people need? So the brand revival gives you new confidence, and new goals and new excitement about how you can impact the world around us.
Let's use the example of DJ D Nice. I know you've been, Sheri loves to dance. She's been loving to dance since she was a little girl. She taught us all the dance moves. That's why you need to go ahead and get TikTok so you can just do your dancing.
I know.
But tell us, I think DJ D Nice is a perfect example, one example anyway, of someone who is reviving, doing a brand revival or reinvention.
Like, I didn't know who he was. I'm not from New York, so I didn't really know who he was. But understand, D Nice has a whole, network of people because he's this DJ, known around the world, right? So he had really great friends, right? And not to mention, it's also about Facebook. You think about the demographic of Facebook is a little bit older than Instagram. So he gave a place, because he played old school hip hop and R&B. And he gave a place for people to come that enjoyed that. So that also included, and the word got out. So I'm saying all this background a little bit to say, I didn't really know who D Nice was. I just liked the way he played, and it was a whole lot of fun because he would have he would live in all his famous friends. So the first time it was like, a couple thousand people, maybe it was a couple hundred that first Thursday. But by then it caught on. But I didn't know who D Nice was. But it wasn't until he reintroduced himself to hundreds and thousands of people that I realized he's from BDP. I was like, duh, I know Boogie Talk Down Production. So can you imagine? And it was the best part was like Netflix was watching him.
And I just had one of those, in my spirit kind of feelings here, because it's what you keep saying. It's not about the money. You said that. How did you put it? It's not about the money. It's about
the impact.
The impact, yeah.
The impact you have on the world around you.
Yeah, so it's not about the money, it's about the impact. I caught the clip that I caught. I'm not so cool that I'm always catching him and I'm at the night dancing and stuff, but I caught probably one of the best clips, which was him saying, basically, I paraphrase, look, I don't know what to do if I'm not out reaching people with what I do and what I love to do. So I was sitting in my living room and I decided to do it. I had to do it. Like I had to do it. And that's the same thing that's going on with me. My business, The Greater Advantage, is also sponsoring Hope Goes Live. And I would lose my mind if I didn't have an opportunity to reach people and coach. I was putting my online platform together, and now I'm launching a group coaching, $20 a month. But I'm like, you know what? If you don't have $20 a month, then it's going to be free for you. He's not only just making his being a DJ hot, DJs period have become more hot. So you can rise up the whole industry. He has brought up the whole industry by doing it.
Yes. But I want to throw in the other example. There is a level of commerce in this, because you're trying to figure out how to pay people that work for you and things like that. I have to throw in Erykah Badu, because Erykah Badu said she was giving a concert for $1. She painstakingly, because it was like everybody was waiting, when is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? She painstakingly picked how should I say, gathered together a technical team, the technical platform that could handle the number of people, that could give her the quality of video, that could give her the quality of sound. And she had this concert in her bedroom. And if you think about it, she was probably going on tour. She has backup singers, her band members, tech people that are with her. She didn't tell us where the money was going, but Erykah Badu has 4 million followers. If she converts a fraction of those, she just paid her team. Her band was more than 6 feet away from her, but it was a band. It was the backup singers. Everybody had on masks, and she was sitting on her bed, and she didn't have a mask on, but you know, they were far enough away. Wow. But it was drums and keyboard, everything. The sound was amazing. She interacted with the crowd. So it really is like, you got to pick, you want me to play Bag Lady, you want me to do Window Seat? And then people took a poll and they answered, and she did what they want. So it was awesome. So do not it's also presenting an opportunity, or an unprecedented opportunity, to interact and get things, inspiration, music, DJs, for a fraction of what you would normally pay.
What does this mean for, the everyday person?
Yeah, Daymond has a book called Power Shift. And then he asked me to write a blog post about personal branding, because the first part of that is to know who you are and be confident about that, and what impact you want to have in the world. In his Inner Circle coaching program, I am the personal branding expert, and I take people through an exercise called the Cover Story Vision. You know what this is. But what I've done is, through all the assessments that I use in my personal business, at the Curvy Stylist and others, I put together a list of questions that I felt would help people uncover what their brand was. Because he says, define yourself in 2 to 5 words. People be like, well, I don't know what that is. So through these 7 questions, I feel that it touches on the point that will help people, give them some thoughts to start the process of defining who they are. You're supposed to be on the cover of a magazine. It's 5 or 10 years from now. And so if you're on the cover of a magazine, it has to be something that you did that was big, right? So it makes you think big and dream big about yourself. And what's on the cover with you? What's the image? What's the tagline? That tagline could be that vision word, or those 2 to 5 words that define yourself. But to get you there, I ask questions like, what's the most fascinating thing about me? It doesn't have to be something related to your business. It could be something that, I don't know, wiggy, or what's fascinating, right, about you. And then the other question is, what is the story that other people tell about you? Because what you find is that we are so, humble or hard on ourselves that we don't know how other people see us, or the impact that we have on other people. And then it's, what impact do you want to have on the world around you? There's a reason and a purpose why you went into that career, why you decided to build that company, right? And then it's things like, what are the 3 things you stand for? What are the 3 things you stand against? So in that is like core value. It makes you dig a little deep about what it is what's your passion and what's your purpose. And in doing that, you can distill all of that into a few words. For me, it was, I am a muse. I can keep it right there, but I could say, I'm a muse sent to inspire and create, passion and purpose. That's what I do. And I'm not telling you what I think. I'm telling you those are questions that help me define my brand and impact, what I wanted to do.
Right now, my gift is to take expert advice like what Sheri is offering you and to have you implement it and apply it. So the coaching assignment, if you will, the way that I'm going to give hope right now is for you to go to daymondjohn.com, go to his blog. I just put in Daymond John's blog and it comes up whenever I search that. You come right at the top because right now you're the featured blog, and you can answer those questions, the 7 personal branding tips that Sheri gives, and do that now for yourself. If you're having a team meeting, you can pull that up and do that now with your entire team. And if you need some support, at The Curvy Stylist, you can find Sheri on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, and you can follow up with her and chat with her. I will see you next week with another amazing co-host, Kim Betty with Hope Mag signing off, and my awesome BFF, Sheri Collins at The Curvy Stylist. We will see you next time.
Love you.